Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I've been seeing all your comments on TikTok asking me for reviews analysis for this one, so today, it's finally happening. But before we get into that, don't forget to check this exclusive discount for it. You can find the link in both the video description and the top comment below. Now let's not delay any further and jump right into the details.
To get things started, let's hear from our first reviewer.
This reviewer found this electric scooter to be impressively powerful, noting that it tackles hills while maintaining its speed quite well. For anyone riding on paved surfaces, the suspension system provides a great, smooth experience. Our reviewer really appreciated the simplicity of its operation. As a throttle-only model, there are no complicated modes or speed settings to cycle through. Speed is controlled intuitively with the throttle, and the brakes are there when you need them, making it easy to find a comfortable cruising pace to conserve battery life. The display is equally straightforward, showing only the remaining battery level and nothing more. When it came to assembly, the process was mostly easy, though this client suggests that using your own socket set will make the job go much smoother than relying on the included toolkit. The directions were not entirely accurate, referring to a few features that weren't present, but nothing was too difficult to figure out intuitively. Some minor tasks like mounting the basket and installing the rear brake light are left to the user. One should also check the tire pressure before the first ride. The only real tricky part was aligning the handlebars, which required a bit of trial and error since the adjustment must be done while they are in the folded position. The manual also mistakenly refers to a start switch on the display, but the key is the sole factor in getting the scooter going. The key has 3 positions. The first is for insertion, the third fully powers the throttle, and the purpose of the second position remains a mystery. For security, it's easy to run a lock through the rear wheel and frame. Overall, our reviewer considers this a reliable and affordable option for short commutes on smooth surfaces, but would advise against riding it in wet conditions to protect the battery and motor.
Alright, let's find out what our next reviewer has to share.
This reviewer noted that the electric scooter arrived well packaged. While our reviewer, who likes to follow instructions closely, found the included manual could have been clearer, they mentioned that an assembly video on the product's page was a big help, even though it depicted a slightly different model. All in all, putting it together was a quick process, taking only about 15 minutes. A pleasant surprise was that the battery came with enough charge for immediate use, allowing our reviewer to ride for several miles right out of the box before needing to plug it in. Initially, this client had some reservations, mainly worrying about safety, especially with their kids being eager to try it. However, the 3 selectable speed modes quickly put those fears to rest. The first setting is capped at a gentle pace perfect for beginners, while the second offers a brisker ride. The third speed unlocks the machine's full potential, which for our reviewer, who is around 180 pounds, topped out at just over 18 miles per hour. They found that regardless of the mode, the scooter operates smoothly. The setting just conveniently limits the maximum speed. Despite being over 6 feet tall and feeling a little cramped, our reviewer found the ride to be perfectly comfortable for trips around the neighborhood. The practical features also earned high marks. A front basket proved useful for carrying a few items to the park, and the built-in headlight and tail light are great additions for riding during the evening. Other essentials like the brakes and kickstand work exactly as they should. Even the horn, a simple bell mechanism, gets the job done effectively. Overall, this client feels it's a fantastic little machine for local travel that has become a big hit with the entire family.
Excellent. Let's find out what our next reviewer has to share about their experience.
This reviewer initially approached this electric scooter with a healthy dose of skepticism, but those doubts quickly began to fade. The shipping was surprisingly fast, and upon unpacking, our reviewer was genuinely impressed to find that all the necessary tools for assembly were included, a thoughtful touch that isn't always standard. However, the initial excitement soon gave way to a fair bit of confusion. Our reviewer, unfamiliar with the dynamics of an electric scooter equipped with a hand throttle, found the first few attempts at riding quite disorienting. There was a noticeable feeling of being off balance, which led to a moment of regret, as if a poor purchase decision had been made. The issue seemed to manifest when accelerating. Releasing the throttle would bring the scooter to an abrupt halt. This felt incredibly counterintuitive, making it seem as though constant acceleration was required, which was both confusing and made for an unsettling ride. The initial thought was that the front brakes might be over-tightened, and oddly, this was assumed to be the normal operational characteristic, adding to the bewilderment. It turns out the actual problem was far simpler, though easily overlooked. During the unpacking process, the front brake cable had inadvertently shifted upwards, snagging on the rim of its housing. This subtle misplacement was just enough to engage the front wheel continuously, creating that strange dragging sensation and the perceived braking when the throttle was released. After a more thorough inspection of the components, our reviewer specifically checked the cable connection to the caliper. With a minor adjustment, the cable simply fell back into its correct position, instantly resolving the issue. The relief was immediate and immense. At 61 years old, this client is now happily zipping from work to home and beyond on the scooter. It's clear that what almost became a scathing review was merely a misunderstanding of circumstances, EC.
Appreciate you watching. If this video helped, like and subscribe. Let me know your thoughts below. See you soon.